Mr. Randy Duck, and welcome back for another video. Today we've got two replays to show you in the tier 10 French premium medium tank, the Murat. And we're here in the first map on Razmarine, where we've got one enemy light tank and one enemy artillery to deal with. Now if you want to see the equipment and crew setup I'm running in this tank, you will see it at the bottom of the screen as I speak. But what we're going to do initially on this map is push across to the castle and just see what we can spot and try and get involved in this game. Now the Murat is a fantastic tank. You know, you've got great gun depression, a awesome 3-shot auto loader, and you can pick up some damage very quickly, and you've just got the ability just to move around that map and just rotate where necessary. So I just poke this ridge here to see if anything is coming, and I'm kind of waiting just to see if I can get any early damage if anything does cross, and just see if we can get that clip away. But nothing's really crossing, and to be honest with you, I get a little bit impatient. I'll just see if we can just try and push forward. A little bit risky, but I want to just get involved in this game as early as I possibly can, if I'm honest. Having a look on the mini-map, we have quite a few stuff with us. I'm just hoping they push up now as I've taken advantage and kind of pushed in early. We spot this cheating and we're looking to get some shots in, and then we're going to try and get our secondary shots into this other tank here, picking up 2 out of the first shot in our clip. And then we go back on reload, and we're just going to wait and see if we can do it again. But I am pulling back just in case these tanks do try and push into us, which I'm a bit concerned about. I'm just hoping our friendly tanks sort of try and push in. But we do have a friendly E50M with us, which is nice. But I'm going to try and move around now to see if I can get side shots into this chieftain on the right. You see I swapped to the small mini-map because it's kind of crucial what I know that a tank behind us is going to poke on us. And that's what I kind of want to be alert with. But I'm hoping to try and catch this chieftain here off guard. He doesn't know I'm here. If he pulls back, we may just be able to get a shot into him and just try and get our damage away. But we've got to be a little bit careful, as I said, because there are potential tanks behind us. But we do get a nice shot into that chieftain, and we track them in place, and then we should be able to finish him off. Sorry, not the chieftain, it was the Centrano, but we do manage to get that kill, picking up 1800 damage and 1 kill. So a good start to the game, but it's still a very close game, 14 versus 14 at this stage. Looks like we have the overmatch on this side, so I'm going to wait for my reload and then see if we can try and sneak into any more shots into these chieftains. Try and clear this side off, because it looks like the opposite side of the map we are losing that side. But hopefully we can try and dump our clip away into this chieftain here. We get a nice one through the track wheel, tracks me in place. It looks like it doesn't have a repair kit. We managed to get all 3 shots into this track wheel, putting them onto a 1-shot now with that getting tracked. And it looks like he has now got taken out, putting us onto 3000 damage and 600 track assistance. And yeah, we're starting to win this side. As you can see, we are losing the other side, but I'm not too concerned because I can easily get back to defend the base, but I just need to try and clear out this side first if I can. Just waiting for an opportunity to try and finish off this chieftain, which hopefully I should be able to squeeze in an angle if I can try and get the gun depression right. So here we go for the track wheel again, track them in place again, and then we get the finishing off, picking up our second kill, putting us under 3400 damage now. Again with 600 assistance and our second kill. Now in the 13 versus 10 situation, and I think the majority of the rest of the damage is on the other side of the map. So I'm going to start to make my way across there and see what we can do. So as we push across, we're just trying to keep an eye on the enemy tanks' hit points when they get spotted, just the locations where they are. But we're hoping, you see, if these tanks cross, I assume they're going to try and cross to get into our friendly artillery. We may be able to get a shot in. Just go for the blind fire there, and then we're able to get a couple of shots into this medium tank, putting us onto 4200 damage now and 2 kills with 8 tanks remaining. So we're going to just wait again on reload here. It's still a close game, 10 versus, the enemy team could come back into this game, but we still got a majority of our hit points here, so we're feeling fairly confident at this moment in time. But I'm going to try and see if we can sneak around here and get any more damage on these, tanks around on the right. And this is what this tank's so good for, is just the flexibility, just to move around that map. You've got the mobility, you've got and you've got the good concealment. It's just all round a fantastic tank to play. Trying to catch his CS out. We do get 2 shots into him, and we need to pick up our 3rd kill of the game now. Go back on reload. Again, it is still close, but it always felt like we had the game under control, even though it was kind of a close game throughout. But again, just going to try and use my mobility to get round and see if we can pick up any more damage. Looking to try and spot some tanks which are out there. We are getting out spotted though, but we pull back into cover just while we try and lose our spot. I'm assuming that our tank's on this hill in front of us. That's where I was getting spotted from. We actually do spot in the Jaeger E100. We're going to try and catch up with this tank, see if we can get a few shots in as he's leaving, try and pick up another clip of damage. We're already on 5,000 damage now with 1,000 assistance. So we are having a good game, but hopefully I can try and finish it off with another couple of clips in. So as we poke here, we're looking to try and get some shots into this 58 heavy tank, but he is now paying his attention towards us, and obviously with the 750 alpha autoloader gun that tank has, we do have to be very careful because we are a potential 2-shot to that tank. But we're going to try and pull back round now and see if we can flank round again and try and catch him unaware, or just wait in case he pushes round and see if we can get some shots in. If I have a few more tanks come with us and support us, we'll be able to get in there, because again, is that Jaeger E100 which is around that location. He can't have gone too far, to be honest with you, but I can't really push into that 58 heavy without support. But I do have a TD sort of coming with us, so we can at least potentially cover shot us here if he does peek on us. So I'm going to go back round and see if I can find out where this tank has got to, but I expect he is sort of in this location. We spot Jaeger E100, but he's going to be able to turn in time to potentially put a shot into us, but he gets tracked in place there, which is very handy, so I should be able to hopefully squeeze in the shot in or two. But as he's turned for us, we do need to pull back. Still remember that heavy tank was somewhere around this location. I was slightly concerned he's going to come around the back of us, but with that friendly tank destroyer with us now, he should get detected if they do try that. So again, I want to get my clip away, but I also don't want to get slapped by this TD, so I'm going to have to be a little bit patient here and just wait for my team support. If he tank fires or if he turns, then we're going to be able to try and get our shots in. But for the meantime, we've just got to be patient here and wait and see if he shoots this TD come around the corner, and then we'll be able to put our clip in the second he has fired his gun. So he has fired his gun, as you can see. Now we should be able to finish him off. We put one shot in, he gets taken out. And here's this enemy 50 heavy, which has just shot one of its shells. It's got like a 7.5 second interclip there, so we're able to get a second shot in and then try and fall back round this corner, picking up some more assistance as he comes round, and we should be able to put our last shot in there, putting him onto a one shot, hoping that he's going to get taken out by our friendly medium Centurion, which he does. And it's just the two enemy tanks remaining now, enemy tank destroyer and an enemy artillery. We're on 6,000 damage with 1,800 assistance and 3 kills. We're just hoping if we can find those last two tanks, get one more clip off just to get above the 7k mark. It will be a good place to finish this game in. So we're making advance around. This game is all but won now. It's just about getting these kills in. So enemy artillery does get spotted, leave him, we get one shot in, we should be able to squeeze in another one maybe. No, he just gets around that corner. The enemy griller though does get detected, puts a shot into us, but that's okay. We managed to put one into him and then get our second one in, putting us up to 7,400 damage, 3 kills, 1,800 assistance, and yeah, this game is over. I'm one shot to the griller, but I really don't care. I'm just full sending in. If he kills me, he kills me. But maybe I can just get that last clip off if I'm lucky. But I don't think that's going to be the case. But maybe we can just get a last shot in. No, he gets taken out by the artillery before we can. So that brings an end to the first replay, but we do still have another replay to come. And it is a nice replay, so let's just see how we got on and then we'll move on. So we get 3 kills, 7,500 damage, 2,000 assistance, the ace tanker and the high caliber. So let's move on to the final replay of the video. Okay, so here we are for the final replay. This time we are on Ruinberg. There is 2 enemy artillery and 1 enemy light tank. Now Ruinberg is not really, I would say, a great map for the Murat if I'm honest. But we do go on to have a really good game. And the game in particular is one of those ones where it's a nail biter all the way to the end. So it was an enjoyable game to play. So initially we don't want to go and play in the city because it can be a bit stale and it's a bit corridory if I'm honest, and it gets a bit like that situation where you're just sitting there waiting for someone to peek. So I'm going to go and try and play the open map on the field and see what we can spot and see what we can get into up here. Now we do have support, but at the moment they're quite far back, so they can't really help us. I'm hoping that they are going to move in so we can actually get into a bit of a battle, because I am going to need assistance from my friendly team here. I think there is, so far it looks like the enemy may have the advantage in the city. Looks like they have the more tanks there, so I'm guessing there might not be too much down this side, but there's definitely a few tanks there, and there could be some sort of tank destroyers in the back, so we've got to be a little bit careful here. But as you can see, my friendly team have now started to push forward with us and get into the fight somewhat, so that's going to make life a little bit easier for us. But initially, this bit, at the start, this stage of the game, when there's so many tanks, this is where it gets a bit challenging at this time, because you've got the tank destroyers in the back, which we're trying to spot out, but you can see we're getting out spotted here. I think there is a tank as well, potentially behind the building directly in front of us, so I'm having to use this building here as protection while I try and lose my spot, and also give us a little bit of cover from the enemy artillery. But the enemy team are, by the looks of it, winning the town area, which does make a little bit more pressure to try and win this side. But with my friendly tanks moving up, it should give us a better chance now to try and win this here. I'm hoping the object might spot something at the back. He does spot. He spots an enemy griller here who is caught leaving when we put one shot into them. I'm going to try and just take my advantage and just try and get my shots to this object with 40. But I notice a one-shot light tank. So in my last shot, I decided to confirm the enemy light tank and remove that light tank from the game, which is always going to be helpful later on in the game. So paying attention now on the mini-map, you can see we've clearly lost the town area, so we really need to just try and get rid of this object on 40 in front of us. But I'm waiting for my reload to come off, and then hopefully maybe me and this UDES could try and get some shots into them. But they do still have that griller covering them, which is a bit, which is awkward. As the enemy team cross the town area, I'm hoping maybe I can get some cross shots into them as they, if they cross that gap. So I'm just waiting to try and get some shots in. Kind of slightly risky where I am here, because I could get shot in the side, but I kind of take a gamble here to try and get these shots into this object, CS, which we do manage to get 2 shots in. We then get hit by the E4 and then by the artillery, so it probably wasn't the wisest of choices, because now we've left ourselves on 700 hit points and we are 8 versus 12 at the moment. So this game's not looking great for us, right now, but we're still in the game. Yeah, we still have, 700 hit points, so we're just going to do our best to just, try and make this game as difficult for the enemy team to win as possible. But with the enemy team winning, I am expecting them to start making the way to our cap circle, but we're able to kill and finish off an enemy Russus there as he crosses into that gap in the town. And if this other enemy medium tank crosses as well, I should be able to get the kill, but he does lose the spot there. And we have sort of got this game back a little bit to a 7 versus 9. So you can see on the mini-map we do have stuff defending the base, and we also have our friendly TDs this side. So we have fairly good map control considering. So I'm going to just try and play with my TD here, because I think he's going to spot some stuff, and we'll see if I can get any damage in to help. Unfortunately, we bounce our shot off into that enemy tank destroyer, but he does then get shut down by our friendly Rufus there. And we're on, what, 1,900 damage, 1,000 assistance. So then, it's okay start to the game, but considering we've lost quite a lot of hit points, not ideal. But it's getting to that stage now where it's going to get a little bit more freedom with a lot less tanks in the game. We've brought this back to a 6 versus 6 now, so a lot more closer. But this, like I say, this one goes right the way down to the wire. Now, enemy Maljan is caught in the open. We've seen if we can get any shots in. If we had our heat rounds here, we wouldn't have much trouble penning him. But with the APCR, we're going to have to hope to try and go through his cupola. So it's not a really, it's a slim shot. But we need to lose our spot, because remember there was still an enemy E4 shot us to that location. So we don't really want to get spotted there again and get caught out. So again, we're just going to try and move around and see if we can get a better place to try and get some shots in. And just keep as mobile as we can on a map which is not, it's not like sort of steps or Sand River. We've got lots of places to go. You do get sort of stuck in a location at times, but we're just going to hang off here. We're just waiting again, see if we can try and get a shot into that Maljan, or see if we can get a shot into this griller here. It's got detected in the open. We should be able to put our 2 shots in. We do land our 2 shots. It's a shame we didn't have a 3rd shot ready. We could have got the kill on that dangerous tank of the griller there, but we do put them onto a 1 shot at least, and that's sort of important information to remember for later. And we are on reload, and we're just waiting again just for our reload to come off and see if we can get any shots in. I see that Maljan in the middle, and I'm thinking I might be able to take him out. It's going to be difficult shots, but if I'm able to take him out and just clears up another tank, just trying to just get the tanks out as quickly as I can. But this enemy Leopard PTA is spotted, and it's in a position where I can get some shots in. So I'm hoping to dump my shots here. I get 2 shots in there, hoping to get our first shot in if we can, but he just gets around the cover before we're able to do so. The enemy E4 kills our friendly tank destroyer Waffle E100, bringing this back to a 6 versus 5. And now we're on 3,500 damage and 1,000 assistance, and just waiting for that reload to go off. Again, I'm just going to try and relocate and see if that Malzian is pushed further forward now, and see if we get any opportunities to get any shots in. So we do spot the Malzian, and we do have potential shots. Now he is in the open, but yes, we're using our APCR rounds, so we can't just go through the turret face. We're going to have to try and punish through his cupola. I think we actually do hit the cupola here, with all 3 shots, well, it looked like anyway, but we bounced all of them, which is a bit unlucky. If we had had the heat shells loaded, we would have been able to kill him. So I do swap to the heat shells now, so we get that opportunity again. We'll be able to take care of that tank. But right now, just being careful. I'm hugging the border of the map because, you know, I want to just use the advantage of what the Murat has and use its concealment, and just try and keep my distance to get the shots in. Enemy E4 gets spotted, and we should be able to clip him out here. We track him in place for the first shot, and then we do finish him off, taking out one of the dangerous tanks, putting us on to just, you know, just over 4,000 damage now. And again, a very, very close game still, 5 versus 5. So I'll go back and reload, and again see if anything is moved to a different location, see if we can spot anything over this side. So what we can remember, there was a Leopard PTA over here, and there was a Gorilla. I mean, they may have moved, but that's what we're trying to see if we can spot here. Now, unfortunately, the CS kills our friendly artillery, so we are down again now to a 4 versus 5. But you know, we're still in this game, and it is very, very close. So we don't want to make any mistakes, because if we do, you know, things could get awkward. Now, the CS kills our friendly Ruthless, but he is in the open here, so we get 2 shots in. And then he gets finished off there by our Object 257, which is really good, brings it back to a 4 versus 3. But now we're spotted in a situation where we've got a Leopard PTA looking at us and an enemy artillery looking to try and kill us. But thankfully we lose our spot, and now we're able to get out there. But what we noticed, the enemy team have put 2 tanks in the cap circle. We do have enough time to get back and get the reset, and we do have a friendly heavy tank over there, may be able to get a shot in. But enemy Malzian is crossing. Now we put 1 shot into him, hoping to finish him off. But we bounce that shell, which is not great for us. And we're going to hope to finish him off for the next shot, but we bounce that, and that's not good because, you know, that Malzian was in the open for us, and we really wanted to kill him because he's, you know, closing in on our friendly heavy tank here. So unfortunately, because we didn't kill that Malzian, our friendly heavy tank's now eating a shot off of the Malzian. So again, not ideal. But hopefully we can try and finish him off. He is on the 1 shot. We're going in to try and kill this Malzian, because then we're hoping we can kill the tank, which is in the cap circle. But if we would have killed the Malzian, it would have been a lot easier. Here's a Gorilla from earlier. Unfortunately, we get unlucky again. It doesn't hit the Gorilla. So looking for another shot. We are a potential 1 shot here to the Gorilla. So this is very, very, very risky. Try and blind fire him. Try and blind fire him again. Unfortunately, it doesn't happen. So we need to get back on to reload. And we're trying to pull back now because that Malzian's still alive. Like I say, we killed that Malzian. This would have been so much easier if we'd have had that killed it when our opportunity was there. We've got about 8 seconds on reload. We pull back behind that building because we're concerned about the Leopard PTA also. But the Malzian has now killed our heavy tank, and now we're in a 2 versus 4. And I bounce a shot of the Gorilla. It hits his gunman, and then again I get so unlucky with those shots. It's because I had the heat shells loaded, not the APCR. But we didn't get fortunate ourselves, and we actually bounced a shot off the Malzian, which I felt like we deserved with those shots on the Gorilla earlier. But artillery is looking to try and finish this off. We're trying to leave, we're trying to get out of there. We've got 74 hit points left, and we're in a 2 versus 3. But now, thankfully, our Uzez does kill that Malzian. That brings us back into a 2 versus 2 now, with an enemy artillery and the enemy Leopard PTA. I think the Leopard PTA was on about 800 odd hit points. Unfortunately, the artillery does hit our Uzez. It gets caught in the open, and the Leopard PTA is making the cross here. We're looking to try and get a shot in. We do put 1 shot into him there, putting him onto a 2 shot now. We missed that shot, but we need to get out of there because I think this Leopard is going to kill the Uzez, and we need to just get our distance so we can try and fight this Leopard PTA, because we are so, you know, this is such a tight, you know, tight game right now. So we are retreating. Unfortunately for us, the enemy artillery kills the UDES, leaving me in a 1 versus 2 now. So we're going to see if we can try and catch this leopard out as he crosses. We do get that shot in. Hopefully, please, can we finish him off with this last shot? And we do hit the shot, thankfully. Now that puts us into a 1 versus 1 with the artillery. And we're on 5 kills, 6,300 damage and 1,300 assistance. But this is still going to be tricky, you know, 1 versus 1 against the artillery. And, you know, we've got the advantage, but if the artillery is sort of camping in a corner, just getting there ready to shotgun us, it could be very, very awkward. And, you know, look, with our sliver of hit points, 74 hit points, he's only got a hit near us if he's firing the HE, and he's going to be able to take us out. So we do have to tread carefully here. You know, we're having to work so hard in this game to get this far. But the good news is the artillery is full health, and we do have quite a lot of hit points left remaining in this game to try and get as much damage as possible. So we're just playing this risky. We've still got 3 minutes, just trying to play this as safe as we can. We've still got 3 minutes left on the game. Don't need to panic yet, but I do want to try and find him soon, just to try and know exactly where he is at least. So I'm going towards the base, and I was thinking about getting in the cap circle potentially to try and draw him out. I mean, that is an option, but also again, I would be in the open. If he comes around and gets lucky with his shot, it could be game over. So I've got to be a little bit careful of that. So I'm not going into the cap circle just yet. I'm just going to see if we can just spot him around this location first. See if he is hiding around these buildings. Well, I kind of suspect it's the most likely place. Now he is around this building, which is good. He could be looking to shoot us here, so we're just playing this as safe as we can, and we're waiting to lose our spot before we try and shoot this tank. Which is, you know, what you want to do. Sometimes you might get a bit carried away and think, right, I can get some shots in, but I'm just playing this as patient as I can here. We get 1 shot in there as he's moving. We're hoping now he just doesn't hit this shot here. We need to try and get into cover so he can't shoot us here. We get 1 shot in. We go straight on to reload. But at least we know where the artillery is right now, which is helpful. But what I don't want to do is go back and attack the artillery from the same angle I was fighting him at. I need to try my best to try and catch him off guard. You know, that's the best thing I'm going to do. So my plan is to go round the back of the church, and then maybe I can try and catch him and get some shots in. But you see, I'll go around here slowly just in case he is waiting for us, because we're on that slow, we're on that low of hit points right now. But yeah, we're having a really good game. So we're just going to try and gun around here. We've still got 1 minute 30 on the clock. We still have time, but we do want to kill this tank to guarantee the win. We're hoping he's not going to be looking this way. He's not looking this way. We get 1 shot in, we get 2 shot in. Now he fires and he misses. We know we had to kill, but we get lucky and he set him on fire anyway. And that does bring us an end to that game, and it was a close one. But we finished that one off with 6 kills, getting the top gun, just shy of 8,000 damage, 1,300 assistance, and confirming the ace tanker on a map which is not ideal for the Murat. So hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, happy tanking.
Enemy in sight. Hadouken!